Want to make great tasting, nutritious plant-based food? Fast, easy, low cost, low energy, with very little cleanup? Then let's get to it. Hello, dessert pizza. Dessert pizza is what it's going to be. I'm using my pizza crust that I use all the time on my videos. You've seen them, if you've seen my videos on pizzas. I use this same pizza crust. I love it. It's already done. You don't have to make this dough. It's fantastic. I'm going to use a little piece of this just to demo this so you can just expand it out as big as you want on the normal size, which is that 16-inch by 6.5. Comes 2 in a pack. You can make these up for parties and everything else. So I'm just going to show you how to make on this little one. It's basically maybe 2 servings or 1 big serving, but that's up to you. So we're going to start out, we're going to flatten some dates. So I've got these beautiful dates. These are just fantastic. They're just, it's just ripe, really mushy. This is the way they need to be for this. Really nice and ripe. So we're going to pit them out. And then what I do with these is I just flatten them with my fingers. Now, it's a bit of a sticky job, but it's well worth it. And you can get these things down to, what I'm going to get them down to is like paper thin. Well, maybe corrugated thin cardboard. But I'm going to try and get all 4 to fill out the whole pizza. That's kind of the idea. So let's get that one. We're just going to mash these in here. Let's see. We can actually, yeah, that'll work. Just make them on the other side, the other direction. You want to get everything covered so you get good, coverage of date underneath everything. So let's get this mashed out. And dates are really sweet, so you don't really want big, thick pieces of this because there's other stuff going on here. So I'm going to put this one this way, kind of do the other thing the other way. So one of these goes the other way. And you get the general idea. You want to try and cover your pizza crust here the best you can. Make sure just everything has got some date on it everywhere. There, let's put that one there. And we're going to use that last one and try and get this to fit that whole area down below. Could be a bit of a trick. This one we can actually move down a hair, just as a little bit of crust around. That's good. Okay. So we'll take a half and put it on one side, half on the other side. So this will go in here, and then this one will go in here. Just like that. It's great. Got most every bit of it covered. May have been able to use, let's take a piece of this one because that's pretty close to the edge. Fill in here and here. Sticky stuff, but great. Just love dates. So you get the idea. You want to try and cover your bread here with all the date. I got a pretty good coverage here. It's going to be terrific. Okay, now that we got that done, you can see that. Let's get to the apple. So my favorite all-time apple, Honeycrisp. I love these. It's just sweet, crispy. I love really crispy apples. I hate the mushy ones. You might like them better for this. That's up to you, but I'm going to use the Honeycrisp just because they are just the best. Now, I leave the skin on because I'm chopping these up into fairly small pieces. So the skin on is just going to work better. And I'm going to make enough of this. I don't want to be short, so I'm going to make probably a little bit more than needed. Okay, so we're just going to get these, and I'm going to get them. Yep. I want them a little chunky, but not chunky. So not like big pieces you'd put on like an apple pie or something of that nature. And you can use pears here too if you like. I mean, pears are used in apple pies quite a bit. Okay, so we've got these nice pieces. They're just about the right size, as you can see. Nice, beautiful. I'm going to put these in the bowl. They have plenty of moisture on them. What I do like about Honey Crisp is they're not overly moist, but they're really sweet and crunchy. And for not too moist for this is really good. So you want to get them loosened up a little bit. Okay, now, is all I'm going to add to this is cinnamon. My favorite cinnamon is Thai cinnamon. I always have Thai cinnamon. I love it. It's just really good. And you can adjust this to taste. I like cinnamon. I don't put, that's very powerful. It also doesn't dissolve. So you don't want to use so much that you just are eating cinnamon. It's not really pleasant. But you want it on there and you want that fragrance. Oh, apple and cinnamon, just something about those two are just absolutely amazing. I just love it. Oh, God. So you just get this mixed up really good. Make sure all your apple is coated with the cinnamon, because that's really going to be one of the big flavor points. Oh, my goodness. That is just fantastic. I'm going to just put a little bit more. Just a hair. I just think it needs a little bit more. Okay. All right. Now we've got it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to load this on here. Okay, so you can see how I just going to pile it on top. Just like that. This is a wonderful holiday dessert. Breakfast. You can eat this for breakfast. You can eat it any time. And how much of the apple you put on, these are all things that you can do and adjust just about where you want it. If you like less apple, more apple, it's just up to you. It doesn't really, there's no set amount that you would put on here. I'm going to put a good helping on here. And one thing you're going to want to do, I'm going to show you a little trick that works really well at this point, which is you want to just mash this stuff together. So you want to squeeze the apple really tight down onto your dates, which is really good. You want them sort of embedded in the date. You won't mix it with the date, so you don't have to worry about that. You're just going to really embed it in the date. Use a couple on the edge here. Okay, that's good. This is just so beautiful. Okay, now, this is going to go into the toaster oven at 350 for about, and then this is all, you have to watch this just to make sure where you want it at. So I'm probably going to do 6 to 7 minutes at 350. Now remember, pre-warm your toaster oven. I'm going to put this right on my pizza stone. So the bottom, you preheat with the pizza stone, get that nice and hot, and then put it on there. So that's how that's going to go down, just so you can see what that looks like right there. And then when this is done, this is really quick. It's fast. You don't have to make the dough. You don't have to do anything. Such a beautiful way, quick way to make a fantastic dessert, or even, like I said, you can eat it for breakfast. It's beautiful. So I'm going to cut here. I'm going to get this in the toaster oven, get it out, and then I'm going to finish it. So I'll be back. Okay, back. 5 minutes, maybe 5.5, somewhere in there. Just smells fantastic. Beautiful. Apples softened up a bit. So now I'm going to put the walnuts on. You can do this however you want to do it. Not care if they're whole. I have picked out all whole halves. So just for the look of the video, I probably would have just dumped them on otherwise. But if you're having guests over and you really want it to look nice before you cut it, that's what I suggest. So I'm just going to place these any sort of just random, as close up to the edge as I can get them, and fill the whole top of this. So it looks like about a row of 4 of these. That's actually not a full one. Let's get rid of that. Can't have that, right? This way, every bite gets walnut. I love walnuts, fantastic. I just love them. And this is just going to be amazing because these are going to fit on here so perfectly. Got lucky, look at that. That's amazing. Exactly the size. A little bigger one on the end. So look at that. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 4. Look at that. Just fit perfectly. Get these a little pressed down now that it's warm out of the oven. I should say hot, but yeah, just so they sink into all the stuff. So now remember, you've got your crust you didn't make. Just put the stuff on top. Flattened out your dates, which go and fill the whole thing up. And then your cinnamon apple, and then your walnuts, and then the final touch. So I love this stuff. This is organic Vermont maple syrup. It is just the best. I put that on my oatmeal. In my oatmeal video, you see I use it there too. So what I'm going to do is I use it out of a squirt bottle, which I really like. So I'm just going to come down and just go over the top of these walnuts, just like that. Oh, and you can dump as much of this stuff on. It's very sweet, but I just like to make sure I get every walnut with a little maple syrup on it. It is just fantastic. And there it is. Is that beautiful? You could see that right there. It's just fantastic. Just absolutely amazing. It smells so good. Oh, so I'm going to test it out. I know exactly what it tastes like because I've done it before. So I'm going to cut down, this is right in between this group of walnuts. I'm going to actually make 4 little pieces out of this. And then, can't quite get that one in half, but I'm going to just see if I can split the walnuts. Yeah. Okay. So, makes 4 little appetizer type pieces, or dessert appetizer, you can call it that. But let's give it a taste, because I love tasting it. It's just so good. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Okay. Take a bite of this. I'll tell you, if that doesn't put a smile on your face, nothing is going to. That is so, and so simple, so fast. You make this, I mean, I'm doing all the talking and doing all the stuff. If you just set out to do this, you're probably done with it from start to finish in 10 minutes. Then you got it. And you can make the big whole loaf of that stuff, which is the 16 by 6.5. It's a come in a tray. Trader Joe's standard pizza. That's why I call it dessert pizza. I'm FOODMAKER V. And remember, the best investment you'll ever make is an investment in your health. I'll see you next time.